Hey everyone, I've been working a 9 to 5 job for a while now, and I've also been a personal trainer for the last 5 years. A few years ago, I was a full-time personal trainer, and then life happened and I had to transition over into a full corporate setting. So throughout that time of transitioning into this new role and also trying to get more fit than where I currently was at and also trying to maintain some level of fitness, I learned a few things, and I had three main obstacles that I was struggling with. The first one was time management, second one was energy levels, and third one was feeling overwhelmed by a lot of things, okay? So in terms of how I'm going to do this video, I'm just going to address each of the things, and then I'm just going to give you guys how I kind of went about my solutions and how you guys might want to go about yours, okay? First thing is time. So everyone, like, I know a lot of people say everyone has the same 24 hours in the day. I don't really care. To be honest, a lot of people have a lot of different responsibilities, and it's very, very hard to maintain your level of fitness if you don't have a lot of time, obviously, right? Now, the main thing I did was I took a look at my schedule, and I talked it out with my partner to see what time I could spend with her, and also some time that I could spend training myself, and also when we could actually spend some of that time together while trying to also stay fit, right? So I worked out with my partner, and I basically set up a few days of the week, about 1 hour sessions, maybe a little bit more sometimes, where I could actually focus on my strength training and also my cardio, okay? I might structure the workout where it's like 5 minutes of warming up, 20 minutes of strength training, 30 minutes of cardio, and then the remaining time is just cooling down. If I have less time, then I'll probably do more so strength training and then have my longer sessions as cardio. So like if my schedule varies throughout the week a little bit, I can have a little bit more separated sessions instead of having both cardio and strength in the same session, okay? But it's a personal preference. But for a lot of you guys, you might have to talk it out with your partner and see what time you guys can actually spare, okay? And if you only have 20 minutes or even 10 minutes 3 times of the week, you only have that 10 or 20 minutes 3 times a week. You don't want to overshoot yourself and be like, hey, I'm totally going to go for an hour when you only have like 10 or 20 minutes. Especially if you have kids or if you have like a lot of other responsibilities. Obviously, it's a lot better for you to, fit the training into your lifestyle rather than trying to force everything into like trying to get more fit, right? Because you obviously have more things to do than just fitness stuff, right? But at the same time, for some people who have health issues or really, really need to get their life in check, then of course, set that time aside, talk it out with your partner, see what's going on, and then try to have like a block of time throughout the week and also maybe throughout the weekend where you can actually set up your fitness, okay? But then now we also have to get into energy levels. Like if you don't have a lot of energy, man, it's gonna be hard to maintain like any kind of consistency with your training, okay? And also with your nutrition and sleep and all that stuff, okay? So with energy, at least for myself, I find that like I'm a lot more emotionally drained and physically drained by the end of the day. Obviously, you guys know why. But what I usually do is I take a walk in the afternoon, like during lunch break, after I finish my lunch. And then after that, I get my mind cleared up a little bit before I go back into the office. Now, that's what I do for lunchtime. Sometimes I might do the same thing after work. Maybe I will take, once I finish work, I go back into the car, I take a few moments to breathe and ask myself, what did I just do? Or what happened? And all these other things. But that's usually how I would prepare myself mentally, or at least like relieve myself mentally throughout the workday. In terms of physicality, like if you're feeling a lot of low energy throughout the day or like after the workday, sometimes for me, it's usually from hunger. Usually what I like to do is prepare some snacks before the end of the day. So, or like usually after the end of the day, like end of the workday. So let's say it's like 5 o'clock, I clocked out and everything. Okay, I might eat my snacks and then head on to the gym, okay? Or if I have like some sort of free time before the shift ends, then I might eat a little bit of my snacks like on my desk and then go on from there, okay? But usually if you eat a little bit before you go into the gym, not stuff yourself, I mean, but like just eating like some snacks and stuff, like some fruits, healthy stuff, then you'll usually have a little bit more energy and you'll have a little bit more of a productive session to train yourself. Okay. The last thing I want to address is going to be the feeling of being overwhelmed. Okay. And this is very common when it comes to starting a new habit, when it comes to trying to get fit, and also transitioning to very, very different roles than what you were currently at before. Okay. So when it comes to this, you want to start small, honestly. Like, again, if you only had 10 or 20 minutes 3 times a week, you only have that 10 or 20 minutes 3 times a week. You're not going to be aiming for a full hour if you know you're not going to have that full hour. At the same time, there's 3 main things you'll probably have to consider. Obviously, your stress management and sleep, your fitness levels, like actually going to the gym and everything, and then your nutrition, right? These 3 things are not going to be a fast process. They take time and they take a lot of effort trying to schedule these things in, right? And what I like to do is I like to focus on one thing more so at a time. And then the other 2 are just basically in the background with maintenance and everything. Usually if people want to do a full overhaul of their life, they'll do all 3 of them, okay? But that's not reasonable or realistic for a lot of people. So they might start with 1, like let's say just trying to get more sleep, like 10 minutes extra of sleep each night, something like that, right? And then you might start, after you finish that for like a month or 2, and then you stay consistent, then you might move on to the fitness side, like getting a gym membership and stuff, right? And actually trying to stay consistent in the gym. After a few months of that, of doing both the sleep and the fitness, you might address your nutrition. Now, with this method, you're not going to get the best results possible in the shortest period of time, but you will stay a lot more consistent, and it'll be a lot more easier for you to maintain your level of fitness and to also get more fit in the future, because you're not as likely to fall off the wagon and be like, oh yeah, like, I did this for like 2 weeks and then like I left, but no, it is going to be a long process, and it does get a little bit easier. So after you kind of finish getting through like that whole routine, like a multi-month process, 3 months, 6 months, whatever, getting your nutrition, your stress management, your fitness and all that stuff down pat, then after that, if you want to progress a little bit more, you can try adding a little bit more on each of them. If you want to maintain it, it's usually a lot easier to maintain your fitness level than it is to, jump and skyrocket it. So you just basically pick and choose at that point. I hope these tips help with you guys trying to get more fit and also stay fit with your new corporate role or with whatever job you have, as long as it's a fixed hours. Don't call me when it comes to on-call stuff, because I have not done that yet, but maybe in the future, I don't know. But yeah, I hope this helps, and I hope you guys learned a lot from this, okay? Take care and see you soon. Bye.